friends. Today is July 16, 2022, and I believe this is day two for some people who are going, but for me it would be day one. But before we talk about this year's event, I want you to watch the highlights from the previous events for Comicpalooza that I did. And hopefully you enjoyed it.
It came back and it looked like it had been like through the washing machine, dog-eared, and yeah, it was exciting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Should we take some questions from the audience?
Yeah, let's do audience questions. Tons of them. The sillier, the better.
We only have so much time with you today. You've got a lot to do while you're here, but these few fans came together to hear from you. So I guess the first question, do you ever get used to this?
I mean, how can you, really? Yes, I'm English. I mean, you can't, you know. I'm 21, 22 in like 3 days or something. I've been Spider-Man now for 2 years, and I don't think I'll ever get used to this. You know, this is crazy. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. You guys are amazing, so thank you so much.
I guess the question that a lot of the folks out here would have is, geek growing up? Was comics something that you followed, read, I hate to use the word, but fantasized about being a superhero?
I never read the comics as a kid. I used to watch the cartoons and watch the films. My mum actually sent me a picture today of me with one of my oldest friends dressed up as Spider-Man when I was like 5 or something like that. So for me, Spider-Man was always the dream. So when it came true, I had to pinch myself. And then was in fear of getting fired because it just felt too good to be true. But yeah, I mean, I never read the comics until I got the job, and then I started reading them, and I only wished I'd been reading them for my whole life because I absolutely fell in love with it. And a lot of my lines in the film, I just stole from the comics. Just would circle things and be like, yeah, stole like the whole ATM fight in the film. That's straight out the Ultimate Spider-Man. And all the stuff I say in that scene is pretty much straight out of the books.
How much, the question that I wanted to ask you is, how much freedom do you have in recreating an iconic character? We have so much of a history with Spider-Man. All of a sudden, they put the burden on you to play that role. Now, what are you allowed to bring to it?
Well, I can't change the costume. You know, red and blue, it's pretty much given every time. No, I mean, for me, like, I like improvising. A lot of the stuff I do is improvised. 9 times out of 10 it's rubbish, but then that 10th time it's really good. And then we explore that some more. So working with a director like John Watts is amazing because he allows you to do that. You know, he's not afraid to let you make mistakes, and he lets you work in an environment where mistakes are okay. So therefore, improvising is something that's easy. The Russo brothers said that the scene of me. Has everyone seen Infinity War in it? Anyone who hasn't seen Infinity War in it? Put your ears to this next bit. Because I'm not going to spoil it again. I'll tell you a really funny story. I was with Kevin Feige, the Russo brothers, and the whole team at Marvel. And what they do is they rent a party bus the night the film comes out, and then they drive around LA, going to different screenings to introduce the movie or to talk about the movie afterwards. And we went to, it was Friday night, the film would come out, and we went to this screening. Again, if you haven't seen the movie, please close your ears. We went to this screening, and someone had told me before, no, they've already seen the film. They've already seen the film. So they give me a microphone, I walk on stage, and I'm like, don't worry, I'm still alive. The whole audience look at me like, what the hell does that mean, dude? What do you mean you're still alive? And then I look inside, and Kevin, Joe, and Anthony like, shut, stop talking. So opening night, I ruined the movie for about 300 people, so I'm so sorry for that.
But we've got to assume, since we know there is more to come from Spider-Man, there's another Spider-Man movie, there's more to still happen.
Is there more?
Yes.
Is there?
So I'm assuming,
Yeah, there better be. I like that.
Yeah.
Whoever said that, there definitely
so as surprising, shocking as it may be, we have faith that there is more. So I wouldn't blame yourself for ruining too much.
Do you know what? I actually know nothing about the future of the MCU purely because I spoil everything, so I have faith.
So
But I don't know.
is it true that the scripts you get, a lot's redacted, a lot's taken out, so you may not know the full plot of what's happening, you may just know your scenes? Is that true or false?
Did you say don't do it? Yeah, that is totally true. Yeah, and me more so than anyone else.
I've heard that too.
Yeah. On Avengers, I knew nothing. I saw a great meme the other day, like, why does Peter Parker look like he showed up to the wrong set? I genuinely felt like that. Like, honestly, I was like, I'm in space. How did I get here? So yeah, I didn't really know much at all, which is quite fun, because like you guys, I'm a huge fan of these movies, so being able to go to the theatre and enjoy it as a fan, because I knew nothing about it, was great, you know. Tom Hiddleston at the beginning, heartbreaking.
make these films? Because at this point, so many come out, and so many characters are in different films. Is it like a full-time job working on them? And are they being shot in the order in which they're coming out? Was Captain America Civil War first, then you did the Spider-Man movie, then you did Avengers? Or are pieces being shot at all times?
Yeah, with Avengers Infinity War, you kind of have to be on call all the time. Like, I have my agents ring me up at like 4 in the morning, like, can you get to the airport? I'm like, yep, I'm on my way. And you just fly straight to Atlanta, you work for 45 minutes, and then you go home. It's amazing what the guy, I mean, the real heroes in these processes, in these films, are the people who do the CGI. The artists behind drawing every single frame, making us look amazing, making my muscles look bigger, I guess. They are amazing. They're amazing. I mean, honestly, the film is like a true work of art, and the Russo brothers captain that shit so well. And yeah, so for me, watching a film like that, which I know has taken thousands and thousands of people to make happen, is pretty incredible.
It's amazing when you watch the closing credits and you just see name after name after name, and you realize just how many people it takes to make those moments.
Did anyone spot Harrison in the credits?
Take me all the way back.
Harrison's at home right now. Because I'm only here for a couple of days. He's at home. He's looking after Tess, I guess. My dog. I've got no confidence in my dog.
They do love a good pet, don't they? Okay, so take me back.
Okay.
So you started off, you had parents who were in the arts, mom's a photographer, dad's a comedian, and what got you into this to start with? How did you first find that putting yourself out there for people to see you perform was something you wanted to do?
Well, I used to, when I was a baby, there was a Janet Jackson song. I don't actually know which one it was, but my mum always used to play it, and apparently I would dance along. And she thought I could dance, so when I was about 9, I think she used to take me to just a Saturday street dance class, which I loved. I thought it was really fun. And then through that class, the lady who ran the company, Lynn Page, she asked me to audition for Billy Elliot, which is the show on the West End in London. And I got the part. I was just lucky enough to get the part. I trained in ballet, tap dancing, gymnastics, acting, singing.
But it was a long audition process to get the part for you. You had to keep working at it, right, before you actually finally got on the stage.
No. I trained for about 2 years before I got onto the stage. And the saddest thing is that I didn't keep up my dancing. But also, like, I trained in ballet so much, I got to quite a high level in ballet. And then you go to, like, a club when you're old enough, ballet doesn't have the same sort of effect.
Hey, look at Tom pirouetting.
You know?
Is that fun to do?
Yeah, no, so I got the gig, and then I worked in the West End for 2 years, performing three times a week with a great group of guys who I'm now really friendly with still. And then I got spotted by an agent. And then my first audition was for a film called The Impossible. I feel like I should just make up the film I was in and watch you guys cheer. Yeah, and then that's kind of how it happened. That's how I sort of came into the
yes, we are back again. So hopefully you enjoy that little Comicpalooza highlights from the previous year and see what you think about it. If you do like the highlights that I did from the previous years, you could give it a like, you could comment, or for those people who are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, Red Devil Hunters 22, you can subscribe. But for those who are, you could like and comment this compilation highlights that I did from the previous year. And hopefully you enjoyed this compilation video that I made and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. And also, hopefully I see some of you on today. If you can't come today, it's always tomorrow, which would be the last days to come, which is only from I think 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or something like that. But hope I see some of you over there today. Peace.